Claxby Hill. We had a very long, homemade Norwegian-style sledging.
No, not that.
We hurtled down, we hit what else we did.
Go and find her. Where are you going, Master? For a drink?
Okay, you guys want anything else?
3 butterbeers and some ginger and lime, please. 6 shots of giggle water.
Pete Earl Grey hot.
This snake juice is basically rat poison. Spent my whole life right here in Lackawanna County.
Drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Shut up!
All right, everybody, welcome back. This round is on me, and if you have found yourself one booth down in our digital pub plenty, welcome. A doctor and a lawyer have walked into a bar, and we are currently live at Ironton Wizardfest. Yes.
I believe we're by the sound of that, there's what, 720,000? We're in front of?
It's my ears will be ringing for days from that,
Indeed.
but thank you. Well, a doctor and a lawyer have walked into a bar, and we're surrounded by our new best friends. And tonight, we have got a great show for you today. Coming up a little later, Cody and I will be pitching our Wizarding World Extended Universe shows. So, HBO came out with Game of Thrones, and now they have House of the Dragon, they have Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. They are expanding that universe. Star Wars came out with The Mandalorian, and from that, they spawned Ahsoka. They spawned the Book of Boba Fett. Why can't Harry Potter do the same? The TV show is coming, but what are the other stories that we want to see inside of that? I have obsessed for months over this pitch, and I cannot wait for you to hear that. But first...
He's not kidding.
he is not wrong. But first, we're going to lead out with a segment that we call the Dailies.
Pew, 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 pew.
What are we going to call this?
I write for the Daily Prophet.
That's crap.
I want the name of this flying whatchamacallit to go with the Daily Planet like bacon and eggs.
Crap.
Daily Bugle?
That's pretty good. But it's taken.
But these are current events and releases that are actively feeding our fandoms as we speak. On our podcast, every host gets to bring something that is currently causing them to nerd out. And we're going to do that a little bit for you today to give you a taste of our other show. So, Cody, what do you have?
Well, I've been kind of scratching my brain for some Potter-related stuff. Recently, I've been playing on the Delta emulator app on my iPhone. Perfectly legal, reasonable cartridge. I own all of the cartridges.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Of the original Harry Potter Game Boy games.
Oh my gosh. Have any of you ever played the original Game Boy Color Harry Potter? Okay, yeah, I see that hand. I see. But it's also weird to say that sitting in a church auditorium saying I see that hand as well. So what are you thinking so far?
One thing that I really love about those old games is that, one, found out that Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets was the last ever Game Boy Color game ever released.
Yeah, don't get me started about that.
It was like right at the cusp of as the movies were going out, and they didn't have the designs and all of the stuff that we all know and love today.
Yeah.
From those original movies, and it's interesting to kind of go back in time for a kind of a what if scenario, like a different take, a different feel to the Harry Potter universe that the Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint, all of that world is so ingrained in our brain, but it wasn't necessarily set in stone to be like that.
Who remembers the line of merchandise that came out before the movies came out? Okay, I see some nods in there. There was a period from 1999 to 2001, before Daniel Radcliffe became the face of the series, where all of these artists just had full license to interpret the series how they wanted to, and that has become my new obsession too. So you liking the game?
Oh yeah. I've been playing the Harry Potter. I've been playing the first 3 sort of off and on, but what I really want to get back into is that original PlayStation 1
PS1
Harry Potter with Hagrid, who's animated so poorly, it looks like some demon spawn that just comes out of it.
Did any of you see on Quidditch Champions, the new Quidditch game that came out, that they released a skin or a mask that you could put on that was that polygonal PS1 Hagrid? They released it, and they made it look like it was this arts and craft project that a student made, but you could fly around with a mask that was modeled after that PlayStation 1 Hagrid, and it was just...
There's about a 24-year difference now, but I like to think that the PS1 Hagrid is what inspired the Cybertruck in terms of its design.
Well, I'll go next here. I have been patiently waiting. My daughter and I started it not too long ago. Who has started the full cast audio version? Oh, okay. I saw some very quick hands that had popped up right there. I am obsessed. And for those of you who don't know, Audible has released a full cast performance of the audio book. The text is still the same, but when the narrator is reading the narratory bits, you hear sound effects rendered for you in Dolby Atmos. Get you some headphones to put on because you will hear owls flying overhead. You will hear cars zooming by. Just the scene where, Jenny, do you remember when Uncle Vernon was sitting at the stoplight and he saw the cat reading the map? Yeah. And you could hear the hum of the car and you could hear a dog barking. They have rendered it in full Dolby Atmos and listened to it together, and it has brought a whole new level of experience to that.
I'm excited to get into it. I've said before they announced the TV show that was sort of the last sort of new thing that I wanted from the Potter books. Because we have the movies, but there are certain characters that were cut out of the movies.
Yep.
So to be able to get sort of a full cast adaptation with Peeves, Charlie Weasley,
Professor Binns,
the characters that they completely cut out. I felt like that is the one thing that they could add.
Yeah.
That would make it worthwhile. Now, that's not to say that the HBO TV show won't be great, but I think all of us, when it was first announced, went, really? Again? But I'm going to give them all the benefit of the doubt that the series will eventually work out.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. Well, that will round out the dailies. We are going to cut to a break. Not really. This is for the recorded version. And when we come back, we are going to pitch our Wizarding World cinematic universe.
Indeed.
We'll be right back. Yeah.
You want to get Allison?
Huh?
I'm gonna go as fast as I can so I don't miss anything.
Excuse me, may I go to the bathroom first? I gotta go to work.
We'll return after these messages.
This episode is brought to you by the Big Red Button Podcast.
Do you know what you'd do in a nuclear apocalypse?
Because we sure as quack don't.
See how our choices get us into trouble and back out again in this actual play podcast.
Big Red Button is for lovers of the Fallout franchise, choose your own adventures, and tabletop role-playing games rolled into one big audio drama.
Our band of stragglers is unraveling a mystery in the wasteland, and we're at the mercy of the roll of the dice.
So grab your Geiger counters, take your rat away, and subscribe to our new show, The Big Red Button.
Oh, shoot, did I miss the halftime show? Gosh dang it, who'd they have?
What are you doing in here? You're in here. I pay for that privilege.
I'm feeling much better now.
Yeah, I'm having an heart attack. Get back to work.
All right, guys, we are back, and for tonight's, we'll call it Table Topics. We're gonna play a game we've called Pitch Meeting, where we are gonna act like Warner Brothers studio executives, and we are going to pitch the extended universe of the Harry Potter series. Now,
it will be super easy, barely an inconvenience.
So, whenever you maybe heard rumors or inkling that Warner Brothers was going to do a Harry Potter TV show, what stories were you itching to hear? Yes.
I wanted to hear all about Ludo Bagman and Winky.
Interesting. And Winky. Okay. Yes. The Marauders. That has been a big one. Yeah.
Regulus Black.
Regulus. Ooh. Oh,
I like that one.
Oh, I didn't even think about that one. Any others? The Founders, maybe? Like, HBO has been constantly searching for their next Game of Thrones series. So that is the pitch that I'm bringing for you. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I want the story of the house that was involved in the war.
Oh, the house elves involvement. Okay. Well, we are going to take turns pitching television shows that Warner Brothers could expand into outside of this. And I have my scripts. You best believe.
He has 400 pages worth of screenplays and whatnot.
I've got 3-act structures. I've got climaxes to different seasons. I've got cliffhangers. Cody, do you mind if I go first?
Go for it.
Okay, I'm going to pitch. This is my idea for a Founders series. Okay? Picture it. The British Isles, early Sicily, the British Isles, early 900s. Salazar Slytherin and his young family have moved from town to town, escaping the early flames of magical persecution. Never staying in one place for too long, he hides his wife and children away in a desperate bid to keep them safe and loved. After selling to a local apothecary, Slytherin witnesses a mob entering the city, but decides to return home. In doing so, he finds his house empty, his children hiding in a cupboard. One of them had slipped. A flicker of accidental magic, and the Muggles have witnessed, and his wife Brenna took the blame. By the time he reaches the town, she's already tied to the pyre. The crowd shouts, "The fire burns it away, by smoke and flame evil shall flee." He could stop it. He could unleash everything that he has, but then her voice cuts through the chaos, in his mind only. "Salazar, no." The flames rise, but something inside of him burns too. "Protect them. I do not fear death. Let me go, my love. I will wait for you beyond the veil." That's where our story begins. Those words shouted silently over the roar of a mob are the last things that Salazar Slytherin hears of his wife. He flees with his children to a hidden wizarding village in the Scottish Highlands, Hogsmeade, founded by a woman named Rowena Ravenclaw. There he meets the others with whom he will change the world. Slytherin's arrival tips the scales of sheer magical energy concentrated in the town and wakes a colossal Hebridean black dragon from beneath the mountains. This ancient beast proves too mammoth of a challenge for Slytherin and Ravenclaw. Slytherin sends for his longtime friend, Godric Gryffindor, whose prowess on the battlefield have become the stuff of legend. Ravenclaw sends for Helga Hufflepuff, who matches Gryffindor's power not in ferocity and bravery, but in compassion and loyalty. For days they battle, fire and stone, until they realize that they cannot kill it. So they decide to do the impossible. All they manage to do is to put the dragon to sleep, but the spell cannot hold. So together, they decide to transfigure the beast, to bind it for all eternity. But what structure, what edifice, what entity do you turn a beast of this size into? And then it comes to them. The wings become ramparts. The scales turn to stone, and its heart still beats beneath the castle floors. And someone whispers the words that will become the motto of what we now know as Hogwarts. Draco dormiens nunquam titillandis. Never tickle a sleeping dragon. And standing in the portcullis, they realize that this is their opportunity. They have known that the wizards need to be taught how to defend themselves against the growing magical persecution. Act 2. For a while, it is paradise. Children with magic finally have a home. Hufflepuff fills the kitchens, Ravenclaw fills the libraries, and Gryffindor the training fields. But Slytherin, he builds wards, protective, intricate, and unbreakable. But peace never lasts. When the castle is quiet, Slytherin wanders the corridors, haunted by echoes. Sometimes he finds himself outside of the children's rooms, remembering the night that Brenna enchanted the ceiling of his own children's rooms. So they won't fear the dark, she said. If they cannot go outside, let them see the stars. He remembers lying beside them as meteors streaked across the sky. Brenna had smiled and whispered, "They are not falling stars, Salazar. They are ancestors crossing the ancestral plane just for a moment." That memory, that wonder, becomes his gift to the students. He recreates it in the Great Hall, enchanting the ceiling to look like the night sky, a piece of Brenna's magic alive and well again. But as the years pass, grief twists into ritual. When her birthday comes, he stands alone in the courtyard, looking up at the same enchanted ceiling. The others are asleep, and the hall is silent, and he whispers to the stars, "Show me that she still watches." And then the sky answers. A single streak of light appears, and then another, and then another. Overcome with his grief and his rage at her loss, he raises his wand, and with a cry that shakes the stone, he summons a meteor from the sky. It screams through the clouds as its momentum arcs, and it crashes in a field outside of the castle. In the morning, he stands over the smoking crater, tears on his face, and whispers, "I called her home." For now, the others only see danger, the whisper of imbalance, the power gone too far, but Slytherin digs deeper, both inside of himself and into the mountain. He begins carving what he calls the Chamber of Secrets, a place that he claims is for safety, but it feels more like a tomb. And then the unthinkable happens. A Muggle raid on the school. And in that chaos, his son, Rickon, is struck down. He carries his body onto the battlefield. As he feels him go still, he glimpses a Thestral that steps from the shadows. That same instant that his son's body goes still, Slytherin sees death for the first time, and he believes that he has glimpsed the creature that walks between life and death. The years pass, the founders drift apart. The castle grows colder and quieter, but Slytherin builds from his misery. He fashions a wand, cord from the tail hair of that Thestral. He takes a stone that he polishes and he carves and he imbues with his magic. And finally, from that same meteor, he builds an archway and hangs a veil woven from Thestral hair. And then one night, deep in the castle, he stands before it, wand in one hand, stone in the other, whispering the words that she once said to him. "I wait for you beyond the veil." The veil stirs, and his wife steps forward. She is not grateful. She is horrified. She told him, "Protect them. Let me go. I do not fear death. I will wait for you beyond the veil." He did not protect them. He did not let her go. She fears what he has become. And so she turns to the creature he has bred in the chamber, speaks to it in parcel tongue, "Open your eyes." And she dies again on her terms. Overcome by grief, he takes the wand, he takes the stone, severs the veil, and vanishes into the night. He spends the next years of his life, prolonged years of his life, from his experiments and from his dark magic, hunting down those who have attempted to seek the same amount of power. And he meets 3 brothers that have come to a river too treacherous to cross. One of them fathered a child with his granddaughter and left her unfit to wed. So he hatches a plan. He meets them on the bridge, bestows the wand to the oldest brother, the stone to the one who left his granddaughter in desolation, but sensing purity of heart, the veil woven from Thestral hair droops it around the 3rd brother. Finishing his mission, then he steps through the veil and joins his wife. And scene.
Ladies and gentlemen, I did not see this coming.
I had to be extra for that one. That's the one that I have been outlining. I'm crossing my fingers, hoping to actually write this into a fan fiction. But this would be my pitch for the series to revitalize the wizarding world. Now, I promise the rest of them are not going to be so extra. I'm going to take my dramatic flair off and...
I'm the younger brother. I have to, clip his wings when he gets a little too extravagant.
That was my long pitch. The rest of them, I promise, won't be that long. Now, what have you got, Cody?
All right. Well, mine's a little less, full-on fan fiction and more... I would say, as far as a serious pitch is concerned, may I first on your Founder series, may I add some casting recommendations?
Sure.
For it. So, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. When they talk about the story of the chamber, and we flash back to the falling out between Gryffindor and Slytherin, they should be played by none other than Sir Ian McKellen and Sir Patrick Stewart. Ian McKellen as Godric Gryffindor.
Magneto and Charles Xavier.
Yes. Sir Patrick Stewart as Salazar Slytherin. Now, when we actually do this series, let's just copy and paste the X-Men and what they did and just have James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender, who played their young counterparts in the X-Men, as a young Godric Gryffindor and Salazar Slytherin.
Love it.
Because unfortunately, I'd rather have Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart, but those men are well into their late 80s, early 90s at this point.
And Patrick Stewart announced his retirement.
Dagnabbit. Okay.
Sorry. Okay, what do you got?
I think, for me, The Life and Times of Albus Dumbledore.
Okay.
So, and this is a more serious pitch. You've said for years you've wanted, Fantastic Beasts to come back.
I do.
And I think a better way forward is that we do a series of Dumbledore as the main character, starting from his younger days with Daedalus Diggle, moving forward, his friendship with Grindelwald, and then ultimately we come back to the Fantastic Beast era, and it climaxes with the battle
they wrap that up? Okay.
between Dumbledore and Grindelwald. Mainly because I just want sexy Dumbledore back, Jude Law, in the role.
Was it Yumbledore? That was one of the names.
Dumbledore. That's first I've heard of that one.
And then Dang was another one that I had heard. Yeah.
But I think with, getting them back, telling this story, kind of seeing where he comes from, might make maybe some of the consternation that some of us have over Albus Dumbledore make a little bit more sense, like why he's so manipulative, why he's so, if he's a little bit more, why wasn't he a little bit more honest with Harry? What were the moments down the line that led him to character? Because Rowling has said that Dumbledore's her favorite character.
Yeah. Would you call it The Life and Times or The Life and Lies?
That depends on whether or not we want Rita Skeeter involved.
I want Rita Skeeter in everything.
Yes,
She's
Rita
such a
Skeeter
mood.
involved. Maybe have her as a narrator, sort of like Helen Mirren in the Barbie movie, just kind of sitting there in the background, just narrating what's happening. But I think get Jude Law back. Loved him in Skeleton Crew. I just need Jude Law in more things. That's just all I'm saying right now.
Well, I had another one. We're calling it Flying High. Think this is Marauders, Mischief, and Mixtapes. Think of a John Hughes style coming-of-age story set in the wizarding world's most radical decade. A reminder that friendship and first love and mischief are universal. Picture this: 1976. Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry has never been cooler. The robes are flared. The broomsticks have spoilers on them. The boys' dormitory smells like spell smoke and Sleek Easy's hair potion. It's like Breakfast Club meets The Prisoner of Azkaban. All right, so...
Adam Driver is Severus Snape, obviously.
Thank you. James is a star Quidditch player with more ego than sense. Sirius is a rebellious rich kid with a pure blood dynasty who listens to Muggle rock just to annoy his parents. And Remus is the quiet genius holding a dangerous secret. And Peter, well, Peter's trying his best not to be the guy who fetches snack for the study groups. And then Lily Evans spins into the picture, transfers into advanced potions. James falls tragically head over heels in love with her. She's smart and fiery and way out of his league, and he decides to try and win her heart by impressing her with reckless heroics. Spoiler, it doesn't work. Meanwhile, the Marauders discover a mystery. I don't know, maybe the secret tunnels out of Hogwarts are being sealed by an unsuspected teacher. But first, the boys have to just survive detention. It all culminates in a ball that they host at the end. Everyone's got their big teased out hair and their like big poofy sleeves on their dresses and on their dress robes. It's just, the story of the Marauders feels like a John Hughes movie already, and I need that full treatment. I want the film grain. I want the 80s like like soundtrack.
There obviously has to be a synthesizer.
Yeah, there has to be a synthesizer. Now, these are our rapid fire rounds. Are you ready?
All right, yes.
You go first.
All right, so I based these on, so I don't know if you guys follow the news, but it looks like WB might be up for sale. And might be being sold to either Apple, Netflix, Disney, Amazon, who knows? So my pitches are more of a like, what if X company buys Warner Brothers? What does that do for Harry Potter?
Okay.
So this is what if Disney buys Warner Brothers Discovery? Naked and Not Afraid. Sirius's time on the run as a dog.
Oh.
And it's going to be Homeward Bound style.
Are they going to animate his mouth?
No,
like
no.
They did?
If we're going full 90s, where the dog is just there and there's just some awkward narration that happens in the background.
You could bring Gary Oldman back to play Sirius as a dog.
You can play, and he like falls in love with a dog. Like he just learns. He knows what it's like to be free and on the run. Like where was he that he was able to send that tropical bird to Harry, you know, that one time? Like, it's just this Homeward Bound style journey for him to try to reunite with his godson. And, you know, all of the things that scared Harry about the Grimm was just complete accident. Yeah, he didn't mean it to come off that way. It was just an accident. But yeah, Homeward Bound style, Sirius's time on the run, naked and not afraid.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to pitch St. Mungo's. Think Grey's Anatomy, but set in St. Mungo's. This one will be set in St. Mungo's Hospital for Magical Maladies and Injuries, and the series follow the newly minted trainee healer, Augustus Pye. He will have to navigate the world of magical afflictions, all while navigating his budding affection for Gloria Steep, who works in the hospital's tea room.
Patrick Dempsey is already being cast in this.
Right. So this is Augustus Pye is the one who Arthur Weasley talks into trying stitches whenever he was in the hospital, and just seeing it from his, you could even have the current cast line up with the show, and they could come in whenever he comes into the hospital, and that would be like your Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, like a crossover moment between the shows. What else do you got?
All right, this is what if Spotify buys WB. It's going to be the Ronald Weasley experience. Basically, Ron Weasley hosts the podcast that talks about current events.
Like the Joe Rogan?
Yes. Basically a Joe Rogan-style parody where he has slightly problematic politics, but he gets by with it because he's incredibly well-meaning, but much to the ever-loving consternation of his Minister of Magic wife, Hermione Granger. It's like super, super popular.
Oh, gosh. All right, and this is my last one for our pitches. It's called Oh, Fudge. Recently disgraced and ousted Minister of Magic Cornelius Fudge is forced to return to his hometown and work in his family's fudge shop. How does a big city government type adjust to small town politics, an overbearing mother, and a layabout brother, all while coping with his shop during the holiday season? Find out.
Is this what if Hallmark buys Warner Brothers?
The big city executive that returns to the hometown and falls in love with the lumberjack in the tree. No, this is Cornelius Fudge. Gosh.
I've got, if Paramount buys Warner Brothers, CSI in CSEYE, Mad Eye Moody's time as an oar.
Oh, CSI.
EYE, yes. I also have got, let's see.
Oh, you have a whole list of them.
I've got a whole list. And then finally, what if the British government nationalizes the Harry Potter franchise and gives it to the BBC? Planet Muggle, a Planet Earth-style documentary narrated by Arthur Weasley about Muggle life. He is woefully wrong about everything, but he's just incredibly entertaining about it.
Yes. All right, well, I think we will end it there. We're going to cut to a break, and whenever we come back, we're going to lead out with a table topic, and then we'll get out of here. We'll be right back.
Are you going somewhere?
Well, yes. Urgent call. Unavoidable. Gotta go.
Excuse me. There's a sign at Ramsett Park that says do not drink the sprinkler water, so I made sun tea with it, and now I have an infection.
I've just about had enough of you.
I'll be back. This episode is brought to you by Potter Plus, your podcasting home for the upcoming Harry Potter TV show and so much more. Join me, your host, William, and many other magical friends as we pick apart the past, ponder the present, and unfog the future of the wizarding world. Potter Plus is a production of the Grapefruit Network, and you can find it wherever you get your podcasts.
And I am back.
How'd it go?
No, Pam.
I'm back. We have a new weather report. Lightning has struck. I repeat.
Gin and tonic.
Longers. I don't know if they do bottomless gin and tonic, but we will find it.
So our table topics, whenever we actually record this podcast, so we record it with our other guests. One of them is actually in the back. Say hi to Dallas. Hi, Dallas. So when we record it, our Patreon can come in our live chat, and they could give us our table topics. We actually have a live chat here today. So if you have any burning questions like this or that, or would you rathers inside of the Harry Potter, were you raising your hand? Oh, okay. Any like make you think table topic questions off the top of your head?
I wanted to know what you guys would think if they redid Newt Scamander's Fantastic Beasts, but about the Fantastic Beasts, not everyone else.
Yeah, I'm itching really close to my soapbox. Somebody pull me back down off of that.
I mean, the company is called Warner Brothers Discovery. The company that owns Animal Planet. We just need a Newt Scamander as a Steve Irwin type coming through.
Yeah, I can see how they have woven the creatures into the plot line for the movies. Yes, they were very centric on Dumbledore, and it seemed like the whole thing switched. But I was looking forward to, and you will never be able to convince me otherwise, Newt giving Aragog to Hagrid. Because depending on the book or depending on the movie, it was, I came to Hagrid in the pocket of a traveler, or I came to Hagrid from a faraway place. And that happened in 1942, or at least Hagrid got framed for the opening of the chamber. The last movie was in 1935, and the final movie was going to be in 1945. The penultimate movie, Newt Scamander meets his young protege, the student who was wrongly expelled from Hogwarts, who has an affinity for creatures, who has a very, very soft heart. Like that's where I wanted it to go. Oh, I am Hufflepuff to my core, and
it should have been it should have been a Dumbledore prequel, from the word go. But then you introduce Newt Scamander in the story, and then it spins off into its own thing. Yeah. Have him come, Eddie Redmayne come in, and then it's like, oh, Newt Scamander, he's an interesting character, and then just have like his journey in writing the book, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Do the prequel. Like in the first one, his book is finished and it's getting published. Revive it, but it's him traveling the world to write the book. Oh.
Like Dumbledore would have been the hook for the established universe. It's a familiar character, and then you can spin it off from there.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I don't know what you hoped from that question, but I hope what your expectations were, but I hope it exceeded your expectations. And with that, there, validations all around. I'll pass them out here. Dallas, can you click the other picture over there? I'm going to flash the giveaway. Our network is giving away Epic Universe tickets. 2 3-day, 3-park tickets for 2026. When you scan the code, if you want to stop by our booth, I've got it on a business card. But if in 2026, Epic Universe is going to become part of the park-to-park passes. You don't have to buy it separately. So this will be 3-day, 3-park, 2 of them passes. And we're going to give them away on Christmas Day. So hopefully you'll be getting a really fun email from me on Christmas saying that you're going to have Epic Universe tickets. But for those of you who came for our basket giveaway here, we have this gigantic box of goodies. And if this did not entice you to come in here, welcome. We're giving away a giant basket of goodies. There are, I don't think anybody, there's a couple standing. So 73, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay,
the only one standing,
Jenny, pick a number between 1 and 77. Pick a number between 1 and 77. 2. 1, 2. Congratulations! There you go. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Oh, okay, hop back down there. We're almost done. Okay, come here. Have a seat. This is my daughter, Jenny. She's been very excited about this all day. And with that, we're going to head out of here. Thank you all so much for coming to our live show at Ironton Wizardfest. I will square up the tab. Potter Plus and A Doctor and a Lawyer Walk Into a Bar are productions of the Grapefruit Network. If you want to find out more about these shows, you can visit us at drandlawyer.show or potterplus.show. And to find out more about the other shows inside of our network, you can visit us at thegrapefruitnetwork.com. And with that, I'm William.
I'm Cody.
I'm Jenny.
And we will see you guys next time. Bye! Yeah.
Are you kidding? I'm working. All right, I'll be right there.
And grab the movie. Go, 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 go.
Come on, my lover. Come on, my friend.
I need one snapped into, which was say.